Hey, Shalom Israel. Most High in Christ bless. Why do you subscribe? IUIC New Orleans, subscribe. Go to our YouTube page. Help us to grow. Comment, like, share. What's going on? Make it happen.
Hey, shalom, shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ, bless. How y'all doing? Brothers, how y'all doing? Sisters? All praises. All right, today's topic. You broke again for real? Financial illiteracy is costing you. All right, that's going to be the topic of the class. You broke again for real? Financial illiteracy is costing you.
Bring it out.
Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43. We got to understand the curses.
We in this building.
Yeah, we in here. We're going to learn some things today. Deuteronomy chapter 28, we're going to read verse 43.
Yes, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
We know that the stranger, the other nations, right now they're on top. Chinese on top, running the nail shops. The Arab man running the stores. The white man, the hand is given into the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He runs the world. So we get it. The stranger is above us right now. Read on.
He shall lend to thee.
He lends to us. Come on.
And thou shalt not lend to him.
We don't lend to him. Read.
He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
So we understand that right now he's the head, we're the tail. But we get Baruch 3 and 8.
Yes,
Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. So we understand that these other nations, they're on top right now. And we know once Christ returns, he going to set this thing off. So let's just stay in the spirit and make sure we doing our due diligence. We understand they're on top, but we can do things in this captivity to make the oppression a little bit less. Read that, Baruch 3 and 8.
Yes, sir. The book of Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
We understand that. Some of us feel it a lot more than others. We are yet this day in our captivity. They've changed now. It used to be the working middle class, upper class, lower class. Now it's middle class, you're pretty much lower class with inflation. So we get it. Stuff is expensive. Esau is the devil the Bible speaks of. Read that again.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
Come on.
Where thou hast scattered us.
Read.
For a reproach and a curse.
Come on.
And to be subject to payments.
We are subject to payments. He that does the lending is ruling. He that does the borrowing is subject. We are subject to payments. 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. I get it. We don't make a lot, but we can do a lot with what we make. I'll say it again. We don't make a lot, but we can do a lot with what we make.
Bring it out.
That's what the nations fear. When we gather together, O nation not desired, they fear that. Because they know once we put out our 1 cent, let's say my brother Mikael got 1 cent, I got 1 cent, we put that together, we got 2 cents. We can do more with our little 2 cents. And they hate that. Read that.
2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5.
Read.
Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith.
Come on.
Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Jesus Christ is in you?
Come on.
Except ye be reprobates.
I want to examine yourself. When you're dealing with your financial situation, you know what you're dealing with. You have to examine yourself. You have to be thorough with yourself. Like if you have 5 Disney descriptions and you only need 1, you got money that's just leaving your account that you could be doing other things with. You have to examine those things for yourself. Go to 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 7, because the Lord will give us what we need to sustain ourselves. But if you're squandering what he gives you, you can't then turn and say, oh, Lord, I'm struggling. If he gives you $50 and you take 49 of it and go to Whataburger, come on now, that ain't right. Read 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 7.
Yes, sir. The book of 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 7. The Lord maketh poor.
The who?
The Lord maketh poor.
Come on.
And maketh rich.
Read that again from the top.
Yes, sir. The Lord maketh poor.
We dwell on that right there. I'm poor. I ain't got no money. I'm poor. At some point, you got to rise above being poor. We understand the scripture say the poor is always going to be with us. We got that. But listen to the next part. Watch this.
The Lord maketh poor.
Read.
And maketh rich.
The Lord can also increase you. But you got to be faithful with the little. You got to show that you've been faithful with the little that you have. If you get the first thing you do when you get a little bit of money is go and buy something that you don't need. You think the Lord going to keep giving you the resources that you need? No. You showing him that you're not going to do what you're supposed to do with it. Now, this ain't a class that's telling people to go chase after money. Don't go try to be billionaires and things of that sort. But you can sustain yourself and you can push this truth with the resources that you have. You just have to be smart about it.
Bring it out.
Now go to 1 Corinthians 14. Did we finish that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go to 1 Timothy 6 and 10.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 10.
Come on.
For the love of money is the root of all evil.
The love of money. If that's all you think about, I've seen commercials. I got money on my mind. I got money on my hand. I got money on my shoes. If all you think about is money, you're not gonna go very far in this truth. That's why the scripture said, read that again.
1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10.
Come on.
For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Read.
Which while some coveted after,
Because some people do covet after it. Read.
they have erred from the faith
They go the hell off. Come on.
and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Because if you read about King Solomon, when he had all the wealth, all the riches, you see in a part of his life, he went after things that he didn't need to go after. It's the same thing like with P. Diddy. Once you have so much money, if your mind is not set on God's commandments, you'll go off and do crazy things. Wow! But that's another class for another time. 1 Corinthians 14 and 40.
Yes, sir. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 40. Let all things be done decently and in order.
That includes your finances. You cannot have the mentality that every time the money come in, you already got. Now, of course, you want to have an assignment for your money, but your assignment shouldn't be most of your wants. I want this, I want that. But what about the things that you need? If all your wants are being pleased, your needs are being neglected. That's why everything has to be done decently and in order. Your finances should not be on autopilot.
Bruh.
Because if you get like, well, I guess the money come in and just telling yourself like, well, I get it. Yeah, we're in captivity, but you could actually use tools to help you be successful with managing your finances. Read that again.
Yes, sir. Let all things be done decently and in order.
Come on. Notice that on that? Okay, disclaimer. If you're not, and that's why I read first, examine yourself. If you are horrible with finances, if you're not good, but you know a brother or a sister that may be good with finances, it may be wise to talk to them. It may be wise if everything is the same cycle. Every time you get paid, your account's in a negative. Your lights are almost getting cut off. You're behind on your mortgage. Okay, go seek out those that have the skills, that have the experience to help you not be broke again. We got it. It's uncertain riches, but guess what? It's also a defense. And a lot of us are defenseless because we won't go educate ourselves and find out ways to get out of the hole that you're in. So now, let's get the video. 5 financial mistakes.
Like you're not where you're supposed to.
And a lot of us have made these mistakes. These are mistakes that we can easily navigate around. So first thing I do is raise our awareness. Play that.
To be financially. These are 5 mistakes you're probably making that are holding you back. 1, you're still spending on your debit card. By doing this, you're losing out on free money, so you should be running your everyday spending.
If you're not familiar with credit cards, if you don't understand what interest is, how it compounds, if you don't make the because a lot of people do like they'll make the minimum payment, and then guess what? That card, that limit, not the limit, that amount just keeps going. If you have a 26% interest rate on your credit card, and I'll say it simple. Let's say you have a credit card, you have $2,000 on your credit card. If you spend $2,000 on your credit card and you don't have $2,000 in cash to pay it off, you don't have $2,000 on your credit card.
That ain't gonna work.
Only use
How many people
on
I
your
told you-
credit card what you can pay back. Only use on your credit card what you can pay back. Only use on your credit card what you can pay back. Play the video.
Credit cards. And I know that's scary to most, but the key here is to only spend what you have and pay it off at the end of every month.
Hold up. You see that? Esau understands this. We read the scripture about he will lend to us and we have to borrow from him. This is part of it. Esau is the master of usury. You spend that $100, he wants 150 back. But if you pay the card before the due date, or it doesn't give it time to occur any interest. This is a mistake that a lot of us have run into. A lot of us have made mistakes with credit cards, things of that sort. But we're going to raise the awareness. Play on.
In this, you can stack points and rewards on stuff you're already buying. 2, you don't have
points and rewards. Certain cards offer cash back. Like you may have a card just for fuel. You spend $20 on fuel. They give you $2.50 back. That's cash that you can use for other things. You can use it for like travel, things that you need, or you can use it towards the balance on the card. Play on.
Fund. Most people are one unexpected expense from
Back it up a
derail.
little bit. We missed it. It said emergency.
Have and pay it off at the end of every month. By doing this, you can stack points and rewards on stuff you're already buying. 2, you don't have an emergency fund. Most people are one unexpected expense from derailing their entire lives.
Pause that right there. Give me Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. We won't go back to this. He said, some do not have an emergency fund. In the event you have to up and move or something happens that you need cash on hand, you want to have an emergency fund. You don't want to wait for the emergency to happen, and now you're like, oh, I need help. I have no capital. I can't move. I can't do anything because you didn't set aside anything for a rainy day. Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense.
I like how they put wisdom. Wisdom, you have to have wisdom. You have to have understanding on how to utilize your resources. And it also says money is a defense. If you don't have wisdom of how to use your resources, it's still defenseless to you. If you get the resources, you have no clue where to put it, how to invest it, things of that sort, you're doing yourself a disservice. But money is a defense, to this brother's point. He said you're one emergency away from, go back to the video.
By doing this, you can stack points and rewards on stuff you're already buying. 2, you don't have an emergency fund. Most people are one unexpected expense from derailing their entire lives. You should make sure to have 3 to 6 months of expenses in a high yield savings account and only touch it if it's an actual emergency. 3, you don't have a Roth IRA. You don't need a lot to start, just start. Earlier is better because it gives your money more time to grow. The later you start, the more money you're gonna have to spend to catch up, and when you retire, you can collect all of this money tax-free. Number 4, you're eating out too much.
Hold on, he said you don't have an emergency fund, and then some may be guilty of this. They use their retirement that they set up as a emergency fund. That is not your emergency fund. Those are two separate things. If you set up a retirement, a 401k, something of that sort, if you pull from that, you're penalized. Some 10%, up to 20%. They will whack you, and then they'll hit you again on your taxes for those that that decide to do it. I think it's before the age of 65. I might have went up. Is it 66? 62. Okay. Because they expect you to not be living as Esau's the devil. They expect you to die before 62. So if you all praise the Lord, you make it to 62, then you can get your money. But they expect you to drop dead before 62, then they keep your money. So make sure that you have that set up. If you have a job that allows you to do it, use it. You know, it's okay to have some type of retirement set up. Play on.
Everything is good in moderation.
So, okay, he did say eating out. It costs more to eat out every day. Some may say, oh, no, it's good. I'm okay. That $5 here, that $7 there, that 3-piece from Popeyes or what people like Buc-ee's brisket sandwich, that stuff adds up. A Buc-ee's brisket sandwich, I don't know, I just went to Texas. They're like $13 for one sandwich. That's more than 50% of a $20 bill. That's more than half of a 20 that you spending on that's the sandwich on the label. It says $13. With tax, you're probably up to about $15. So that leaves you roughly about $4.90 out of a $20 bill. Imagine you do that five days out of the week. And the ones that do it the most, probably single brothers be taking L's.
That ain't gonna.
Single brothers be taking some L's.
That ain't gonna work.
But hey, it said eating out, that does add up. It adds up. If you want to know where your money's going, look at your account. If you see how many times you're eating out, play on.
And number 5, you're not tracking your spending. Ultimately, you can't fix what you can't see, so stop going off of vibes. There are thousands of budgeting apps out there that can help you track your expenses, so that's not even an excuse at this point.
It says you're not tracking your expenses. Pull up the sheet. Ignorance ignorance makes you defenseless. You can track what you spend. You can track what you spend. I use this sheet right here. It's relatively straightforward, but you have to be truthful with yourself. I just plug some random numbers in to show you how it works. The green box up top talks about how much you make, and then you can actually tailor it, those boxes off to that side. You can tailor, like, let's say, you got to pay, you have to have something to live. Either it's rent or mortgage. I pray the Lord your rent is not $4,500 a month, because that is crazy. You have to have some sort of insurance. That's if you're renting and or if you are a homeowner. Electricity, gas, oil, sewer, phone, cable. These are things that come with, and you can shop around for a lot of this, but you have to know where your money is going. You should have a general idea of how much you'll have at the end of every pay period. Scroll up just a little more. Transportation. Do you have a car payment? This is where a lot of people get whacked right here. Car payment, and here in New Orleans, auto insurance is through the roof, depending on your age. Fuel, repairs. A lot of brothers and sisters don't even incorporate this. Have some set aside for vehicle repairs, license, registration, things of that sort. Health insurance, dentist visits. These are things that you have to not be ignorant in. A lot of jobs or insurance companies, they offer these services. Well, on your job, they'll offer these services for you, but you have to make sure that you're not being ignorant of any of this. And then, of course, you have charitable. You can even factor in your alms and things of that sort. So you already know every pay period, this is what's coming out. I already know that. And now go scroll up to where it says subscription. You got to pay attention to this. A lot of people are like, subscriptions, that's just like $5. But if you got 10 of them at $5, that's about what? $50.
Bruh.
So that's about $50 worth of subscriptions that could go somewhere else. And a lot of these subscriptions, they show the same shows on different subscriptions. Scroll over. Then you got obligations like student loans, no, they ain't got alimony, credit cards, things of that sort, state and local taxes. But you get my drift. And scroll up to where it says savings. You see that? You can put emergency fund, retirement, education, things of that sort to help you understand where your resources are going. So now, go to Proverbs chapter 11, verse 14. You can drop that. So the best way to beat illiteracy is to become literate in what you are doing. So read that. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 14.
Yes, sir. The book of Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 14. Where no counsel is, the people fall. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety.
There is safety when you speak with those who understand how to manage resources. They will advise you, because a lot of times those that are really decent at managing their resources, their finances, they've probably made the mistakes that you're about to make. And they'll advise you like, hey, look, if it were me, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't buy a 6-bedroom house if it's just you. That wouldn't be wise. They will give you good counsel. Now, what you don't want to do is counsel with somebody who don't know what the hell they're talking about. Somebody whose finances are horrible, and you go and counsel with that person, they're going to give you bad counsel. Go to Proverbs chapter 15, verse 22.
Yes, sir. The book of Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 22.
Come on.
Without counsel, purposes are disappointed.
And then you don't want to just make moves and you don't counsel, because if you don't counsel, it's a good chance you're going to make a bad move. Read that again.
Without counsel, purposes are disappointed.
It says without counsel, purposes are disappointed. Read on.
But in the multitude of counselors, they are
It
established.
says, but in the multitude of counselors, they are established. Proverbs 20 and 18.
The book of
Y'all all right?
The book of Proverbs, chapter 20 and verse 18. Every purpose is established by counsel,
Come on.
and with good advice make war.
It says, every purpose is established with counsel. And look up the definition of advice. It said good advice. You know what good is. Good advice. Good advice.
Y'all all right?
Read that.
Advice. Advice is a noun that means an opinion or recommendation offered as a guide to action, conduct, or a decision.
Read the next part.
It is a form of counsel.
It is what?
It is a form of counsel.
It is a form of counsel used to do what?
meant to help someone navigate a situation.
Meant to help navigate a situation. Don't wait until your finances is just bombed out and depleted. Talk to someone. It's okay. We're here to help one another. Proverbs 24 and 6. Man, everybody quiet. Dang.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 6. For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war.
Come on.
And in multitude of counselors there is safety.
In the multitude of counselors, there is safety. Luke 14:28.
Yes, sir.
Before you make financial decisions, calculate the cost and make a plan. Counsel with subject matter experts. It's okay to sit down with financial advisors, people that are smart with money. They'll help you. They'll guide you. Then you don't have to be saying, man, I'm broke. Dang, I'm broke again. What you doing with your money? I don't know. You're being ignorant. Don't be ignorant in any matter. Talk to people who understand how finances work. Read that.
The book of Luke, chapter 14 and verse 28. For which of you intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it.
So you don't want to count the cost at the end of the month when all your money's gone. Now you sitting there like, man, I got to. It's usually when we want to do it. I got $100 left. I got these last $2. I still got to get to work. I got to get something to eat. Man, I think my phone bill due. I just got a notification on my light bill. Get Sirach 5:15.
Yes, sir. The book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small.
It says, be not ignorant. Don't be ignorant. Don't ignore your finances and say, well, they'll just get better. And don't be like, yeah, well, this is what the Lord wanted me to have. No, educate yourself. It's okay to seek out these things and to learn. You want to position yourself in this truth to do more for the Lord. And if you're being ignorant with your finances, you're doing yourself a disservice. Play the video. How to make better financial decisions. A lot of us get caught up in this. Shout out to Captain Matthews. He calls it big eyes. You have big eyes. You see something that you know you can't afford, and you go and buy it, and then you try to figure it out on the back end. That don't make no sense. Play the video.
Money, you will be broke.
Back it up. They missed it. Hold on. This is what he said.
Emotional decisions around money, you will be broke.
If you make emotional decisions, how many of us have been in the store? I know myself. I can't go to Home Depot and stay in there too long. I will stand in the aisle. Well, I can see what I could do with that blowtorch. I don't need a blowtorch. But I'm telling you, a lot of us will go in the store and convince ourselves, I need that. I can make money with that. And that get rich, a lot of it's what people do with exercise equipment. I'm gonna use the hell out of this treadmill. Now you got clothes hanging on it, a hair blower. We do it. We do it. We buy something that we don't need because it's an emotional decision. That's like we down here in the South. You go in the store. I could really use that snow clearing machine. It don't snow down here. Very seldomly does it snow. Yeah, I'm gonna start a business with clearing snow. Last night it was 95 degrees, but you gonna clear? No, brother. No. Back the video up, because a lot of times we do that. We make emotional decisions with our finances. Play that.
If you make emotional decisions around money, you will be broke.
He said, if you make emotional decisions with your finances, you're going to be broke. Well,
Did I say that too fast? If you make your financial decisions based on emotions, you will be broke. Because here's what I found out as an entrepreneur. Sometimes I don't feel like working. So guess what I do? I work anyway. Sometimes I feel like I've got the greatest idea in the world and I want to abandon everything and just run after this great idea. That's a terrible thing to do.
that's what, hold on. That's that oftentimes, that what some of us do. Hey, we call it what? Get rich quick. And the fastest way for you to get, I ain't gonna say get rich, to get financially stable is that get rich quick scheme that you got in your head. The money you're gonna use to get rich with, you take that $20 or $30 that you're trying to get rich quick with, you go to your Shell gas station, put it in gas so you can get your butt back and forth to work. That's what you're supposed to do with it. Not go buy a snowplow machine. Play on.
Man, I just saw this thing and I really want to buy it. But if I buy it, I won't be able to pay my employees on Friday. Terrible idea. You can't make decisions, you can't make money decisions based on emotions and get rich. I mean, you can make money decisions based on emotion, but you can't get rich. So you have to learn how to use your mind. So what do you use your mind to do? This is where the wealth is created. You must learn true perceptions or learn.
All right, we can drop it. Get Ecclesiastes 10 and 19.
Yes, sir. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 19. A feast is made for laughter.
Come on.
And wine maketh merry. But money answereth all things.
It says money answereth all things. Unfortunately, we live in a system where you have to have some money. You don't have to have a whole lot of it, but you have to have enough to make moves. Get Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 6.
Yes, sir. The book of Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways, and be wise.
Come on.
Which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provided her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest.
So ants, they are proactive. I can't remember, it wasn't this last rain. It was a rain prior to. It was raining so hard. I opened my front door. The ants, their little house had flooded. They moved their house up. I don't know how the hell they did it that fast. Because I opened them, I go in and out of my front door pretty frequent. I opened the front door. They had a corner. They had created a bridge with themselves, and they were like just they excellent swimmers. They got the queen. They floating her to the done. I literally watched them. They get stuff done. They're not lazy. They're not slack. The ants prepare ahead of time. We have to have the same mentality with our finances. We can prepare ahead of time. And let's say maybe you don't make enough finances. All right, let's read this right here, because this does affect a lot of our people also. Read that.
Underemployed. Underemployed describes a worker who is employed but whose current job is inadequate in some significant way.
So there are some that may have employment that's not sustainable. You may have to go and find a skill or obtain a skill to increase your resources. You may have to do that because a lot of the physically demanding jobs, they don't pay as much. So you may have to use your head, go back to school, and learn something that'll increase your financial situation. Read on.
This typically means working part-time when full-time work is desired, or being overqualified and working in a low-skilled job that does not utilize your education, experience, or specialized skills.
You should also get with someone who is decent with resume writing, things of that nature, because you may possess a lot of skills that you don't know how to transfer into the position that you're in. So now go to Proverbs chapter 10, verse 4. Then we'll get the next slide.
Yes, sir. Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 4. He becometh poor that delayeth with a slack hand.
That dealeth with, read it again.
He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand.
That's that dude that, ain't nothing wrong working at McDonald's. Shout out to McDonald's. That be that Jew. He work at McDonald's, but he advising everybody else, man, yeah, you should go be a surgeon. You should go work for NASA. man, I'm about to own McDonald's. Bro, you been on fries for the last 15 years. But he telling you some good advice, though. You should probably pursue some of that stuff. I mean, if you can, go be a doctor, things of that sort. But if you're slack and you're just being idle, you're not actually applying yourself. Read that again.
He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand.
You will become poor if you deal with a slack hand. You're not willing to put in work. Read.
But the hand of the diligent maketh rich.
The diligent will seek out. They will learn. Now, it's not telling you to go and just try to be a multi-billionaire or nothing like that. But you should have some diligence to make sure that you can obtain decent finances. All right, let's go to the first one. Pull it up. Listen to this. Read that.
Investing your first $1,000. Educating yourself. Buy and read these books.
So it's nothing wrong. That's why I read the scripture said, don't be ignorant in matters. You need to understand how your resources work, where your money is going. What's that dude named Dave Ramsey said? Look at your money as your employees. And if you're just giving your employees, who gives if you ever own any kind of, if you've ever been in a managerial type position, they don't just hand their employees to any and everybody. Like, okay, this guy works for me. I'm paying him. I need him to do this. I need this employee to do that. The same with your money. The same with your resources. If you want to go to Tabernacles, you want to go to Passover, you want to go to Pentecost. We know every year we got the big three. Start setting up resources, invest your money in those. So now when you actually attend them, when you come back, you're like, dang, now how am I gonna pay my rent? I just went to Tabernacles. I spent 2 G's. But if you already factored in the $2,000 8-9 months in advance, it won't put you in a financial deficit because you're educating yourself on how to move with your resources. Read that again.
Investing your first $1,000.
Come on.
Educating yourself. Buy and read these books. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The Intelligent Investor.
I just want the number figures. We don't need to read all that. Scroll up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we ain't getting all that. Go to the next one. Come on. Here we go.
Teach your kids about money. Do your kids get an allowance?
It says teach them about money. Talk to the parents. Last thing you want as a parent is for your child to think that that money grow on trees, that you rich. We rich. Daddy got all the money. Mama got all the money. We rich. Teach them, educate them, train them up so they won't run into the same pitfalls that a lot of us had to struggle through, feel around in the dark to figure out. And now once you understand finances, you're better off. Help them avoid the mistakes that a lot of us made. Read on. Come on.
Do your kids get an allowance? Next time you give your kids an allowance or they earn money doing jobs, teach them about budgeting. Have them split their money to save and invest for later goals. Have some spending fund money and teach them to pay taxes for living at home. Those taxes can be later used on what the household votes on family vacations, new TV, etc.
So you don't want to be that parent. You're always in the store. Boy, put that back. We can afford that. Put this back. You can't afford it. To start teaching them early, like, okay, you have $5, but you want that 4-pack Reese's. That costs $3.55 because I think that's what Reese's costs now. But you got your $5. Well, now if you spend that $5, what you gonna do with the rest of your money? We got to teach them that. We have to teach them. Now get the next one. The 50-30-20 budget.
The 50-30-20 budget. Needs.
Right there. Needs. These are things that we need to survive. We need these things. Come on.
Wants.
No, read what needs are. Read the needs.
Sir. Housing. Utilities.
Need a house. You need utilities.
Insurance.
Need insurance.
Groceries.
You have to feed yourself and your family if you're married.
Healthcare.
Healthcare. Come on.
Transportation.
This ain't like you need transportation to get around. Come on. What else?
Personal care.
Personal care. So this is 50% of your budget right here. Every month you have to calculate for this. You have to. If you're not calculating for it, you're doing yourself a disservice. But these are things, until Christ's return, you're going to have to pay for them. These are your needs. Now let's get to the wants.
Wants. amusement, shopping, dining out, subscriptions.
I like to play it where the subscriptions at, 'cause a lot of people throw money away there. If you actually check your subscriptions, a lot of people throw money away there. Just when you get a chance, go look, see how much you're throwing away on subscriptions. Now go down to
savings, retirement, investing, emergencies, debt payoff.
So these are this is the 20%. Now let's get to the car.
A new car keeps you broke. You want me to read that up?
Yeah, read it. Let's go.
Meet Jack. In 2016, Jack put $2,000 down on a brand new car and financed $26,600 for 72 months, having a $554 monthly payment.
72 months. Now, there are some they may be doing very well, and you can afford a car payment. All praise to the Lord. But there are some that can't afford a car payment. I got Jack and Jill. Jill, let's see what Jill did.
Meet Jill. In 2015, Jill bought a used $2,000 car and invested $554 monthly.
Now, read what's going on with Jack.
Today, Jack has a paid off car worth $10,500.
Pause. Do the math. Who got a calculator? There we go. Over time, Jack paid about now that's not including. Okay, well, let's make it an even 50, including maintenance, because you got to change the oil, you got to buy tires, you have to service the trade, you have to do all these things. Jack paid roughly about $50,000 for his car. It's worth about $10,000, so he lost about $40,000 paying for that car. Jill, on the other hand, let's read on. Come on.
Where Jill, on the other hand, has an investment account worth $52,764.92.
So if you caught it, you caught it. If you didn't, I'm not telling you what to do with your money, but if you can stay away from depreciating assets. Now, some people may need a car. That may be how they, it may be. Now, it can be an asset for you if you use it to make money for your business. I understand that. But if you buy a 2025 Range Rover with 40-inch rims on it, you ain't fooling nobody. You ain't using it for no business. You being simple. All right. Give me Proverbs chapter 22, verse 7.
Yes, sir. The book of Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender.
We just saw Jack. Jack was a servant for 72 months. At what, $554? He was a servant because he said, hey, you know what? I had to get that car payment. Meanwhile, Jill, and it may not be maybe a little hoodoo, a little bucket you can ride around in. You may need to get from point A to point B. They all do the same thing. Cars do the same thing. Unless you hot shotting or, you need a truck to do X, Y, and Z. Cars, they get you from one point to another point. They all do the same thing. They just look different. Now, where I leave off at? Proverbs 13:11.
Yes, sir. The book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 11. Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished.
Come on.
But he that gathereth by labor shall increase.
Steady labor is a biblical path. Steady labor. Get rich quick, it will leave you broke quick. I'm saying it again. If you're trying to get rich quick, it'll leave you broke quick. Or it's probably something illegal. It's probably something illegal. Somebody's coming to you saying, hey, I got this, we can make, what's some, how do you do? I ain't been around. Yeah, Ponzi scheme. Like, yeah, man, if you give me $50, I'm going to bring you back $500. How about I keep my $50? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. People be doing crazy stuff like that. All right, now play the next one. We're gonna look at stuff versus assets.
People buy assets first. It sounds simple, but this one habit changes everything. Most people get paid and immediately spend money on things they want. But those purchases don't make them richer. Wealthy people flip this habit. They use their income to buy assets that produce more income. Then they use that income to fund their lifestyle. That's the difference between looking rich and actually becoming rich, because assets create income, and income creates freedom. So next time you get paid, ask yourself, am I buying stuff or building assets? Follow Keith's money mindset, where we build assets, break cycles, and create freedom.
Ask yourself that question. Are you tending to all your wants when you get paid? Or are you looking at the things that you actually need? Because there's a difference between want. Give me that wants and needs. Wants versus needs. You can Google it real quick. Read that.
A need is a fundamental requirement essential for survival and basic functioning, like food, shelter, and medicine. A want is a desire that enhances your quality of life, but is not necessary for existence.
Now read the put simply.
Put simply, you need to stay hydrated, but you might want an iced coffee.
You say you need to stay hydrated, but you might want coffee. Like, so when you get paid, I've heard people say, I can't live without my coffee. Okay, let them turn your power off in February. Watch how fast you live without that coffee there. You can't live without your heat, but you can live without that coffee. You got to understand the difference between wants and needs. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 4.
Yes, sir. The book of Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 4. The soul of the sluggard desireth.
Come on.
And hath nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat.
Lazy people want success without labor. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 22. We cannot be lazy. We can't be lazy.
Verse 22. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children.
Come on.
And the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just.
That's why financial stewardship, it is meant to be a blessing for our future generation. We understand where we are. We in captivity. The scriptures do tell us to build ye houses and dwell in them. Get ye wives, have children. What are you going to leave for your children? That's why it's important to understand your financial situation, because you don't want to just keep passing that same thing down to your children. Leave something for them. That's okay. We have to break that cycle of when our parents pass, we are the ones we got to go pay for the pay for the funeral, all the debt and everything that they left behind. We can break that cycle. But we have to be literate. You shouldn't be putting up a GoFundMe to buy a coffin. Come on now. We God's chosen people. We got to move past that. Proverbs 11 and 1.
Yes, sir. The book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 1. A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight.
Integrity matters in all financial dealings. You have to have integrity. You don't lie to yourself. And this is sometimes a lot of people do. You'll see the number that you have in your account. Like, okay, this is what I have right here. Yeah, but in all reality, I got this coming through. I got that coming through. That it ain't in there. You can't see that right now. Have some integrity with what's in there now. That number that you see is what you got. And don't try to, that's what I'm saying. I said earlier, examine yourself, know what you got, because what things happen. That deposit may not hit when you think it's going to hit. Now you might put yourself in overdraft. Don't spend money. Don't have a assignment for money that you finna spend that you ain't got yet. Have integrity. Be honest. Psalms 37:21.
Yes, sir.
Now we're going to change gears a little bit.
The book of Psalms, chapter 37 and verse 21. The wicked borroweth and payeth not again.
So it says if you borrow something, you got to pay it back. It says the wicked will borrow and not pay it again. Read on.
But the righteous showeth mercy and give it.
So if a righteous person fulfills his financial obligations, it costs you more money when you miss payments on things. And I get it. Sometimes, stuff gets hard. But say something before it gets hard. If you need help, get the help ahead of time. Don't wait until the sheriffs are sitting your stuff out on the curb or the tow truck got your car lifted up in the air, and now you out there trying to, I was going to come down there and take care of it. That tow truck guy is there to take the property. I've had a car repossessed. It don't feel good. It don't feel good. You come outside your car. Hold on. Where? You know what a car at, but you got to face reality like, damn, I guess I should have paid them. They weren't playing. They're not playing. They will come. They got stuff on the cars now. If you don't pay for it, they will shut it off. Like you could be mid I-10. Dude. Hey man, what's going on in the car? Don't call AAA. That tow truck's on the way. Don't worry about AAA. They gonna come get their property. Get 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Come on.
Which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Just know money is a tool. It should not become your master. It is a tool that we need to survive in this captivity. All right, so now, play the next one.
About being broke, if I'm going to be honest with you. See, it's not just about having the lack of money. It's about having the lack of options. When you're broke, you can't say yes to certain opportunities. You can't pivot. You can't invest into yourself the way you want to. You are honestly stuck every single day.
Did you listen to what he said? When you're broke, your mind goes to survival mode. That's why I wanted to start out earlier by saying don't be ignorant about your finances, because people often make desperate decisions when they backs up against the wall. But if you understand how your resources are set up and how to maneuver them, you won't always have to make a bad decision, because that's when some people get themselves in trouble. They won't have the resources they need. Hey, you'll see that, and Satan always come with that. Hey, we got a great loan opportunity for you. We'll give you, $50,000. But the small print, they don't even say it no more. They just put it at the bottom, subject to this credit approval and 80% interest. So that 50 G's you just got gonna cost you how much? What's 80% of 50? I don't even want to think about it. You can be paying for it until you Christ bring you back on earth again. That's how I'm telling you, a lot of people get caught up in there because they don't understand how their resources work, and it'll get you hemmed up. Play on.
Thing you can do is think about, how am I going to survive? How am I going to eat? How am I going to stay safe? Not how am I going to thrive? Not how am I going to position? I was trading.
Did you hear what he just said? Because you're not thinking about how you're going to position yourself. You're thinking about, how am I going to survive? Because oftentimes you allow your wants to overtake the things that you need. The objective is for us to position ourselves so we can do the Lord's work. That should be your focus. It shouldn't be, what number Jordans they on now? I don't even know. I ain't bought some of them. How to get the new Jordans? Do they sell Air LeBrons? I don't think I'm buying their shoes. But you know what I'm saying? That shouldn't be your focus. Give me Sirach chapter 18, verse 30.
The book of Sirach chapter 18 and verse 30. Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thine appetite.
You have to have, you should not be impulse spending. Impulse spending gets a lot of us in trouble. I include myself. Like I said, I use my Home Depot example because I'm telling you, oftentimes I went there for a light switch. I stopped at the rigid tools. I don't need none of them. But I had to stop and glance. But I said, you know what? Don't need that. Let me get this 98 cent. The switch was 98 cents. How I go from looking at a 98 cent switch to a $300 drill? I don't need what I need that for. That's what I'm telling you. That's what get us. That's what get us. Quiet as kept. A lot of us cannot go in the store and get what we need and come out. Okay, for example, you go in the store, right? You know you only need one item. Why are you grabbing a cart? What you got a cart for? You can literally carry it. Think about it. You need one item when you go in the store. You get a whole cart. You say, well, since I'm already in here, that is impulse. Impulse. Walmart is the devil the Bible speak of. Because they got the cart right there. I'm going to tell you, they even got a greeter right there. They welcome you because they know they finna rob you blind. Like, yeah, welcome to Walmart. They happy. Like, yeah, Negro, you finna pay my check for the month. They know you finna gonna get something. You come back with all kind of, did I see you? You got one? All I needed was some toast. You come back, you got a toaster oven, butter, all this stuff. Oh, wait, no, we needed extra. Read that again.
Sirach chapter 18 and verse 30. Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thine appetite.
It says, go not after the lust, but refrain yourself from your appetite. Get me Philippians chapter 4, verse 12. I like how Paul said this.
Philippians chapter 4 and verse 12. I know both how to be abased.
He said, I know both how to be abased.
And I know how to be abound.
I know how to be abound. Read.
Everywhere in all things, I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry.
He said, I know what it's like to be full and I know what it's like to be hungry. Come on.
Both to abound and to suffer need.
So he know how it is to be up and he know how it is to be down. You got to find that ground that's in the middle. You have to find that ground that's in the middle. Everybody, you ain't gonna always be up. There are gonna be some low points. But if you set yourself up and you understand your financial situation, you can do a whole hell of a lot. You can do a lot. So now, Ecclesiastes chapter 29. We'll read verse 1.
Yes, sir. You on the Ecclesiastic cuss, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Sirach chapter 29 and verse 1. He that is merciful will lend unto his neighbor.
Because if you position yourself, now we can help our people. You want to be in a position where we can help our people because now we can start moving and getting off of the system. Because when we got to go to the other nations and they lend to us, it does us a great disservice because they gonna hit you over the head. Like, let's say you got a brother. Brother he may be short, may need $10. You gonna give him, hey bro, here, boom, here $10. He gonna give you $10 back. You ain't finna give him $10. Hey, you know you take this 10, I need 100 back. If you're doing it, you got the devil on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to get to that level where we can help one another. And the brother that borrowed $10, don't borrow the $10 from that brother. Then you see another brother, I'm gonna get 10 from him. Get 10. No, you got Satan on you. Don't do that. Read on. Come on.
He that is merciful will lend unto his neighbor.
Come on.
And he that strengtheneth his hand keepeth the commandments.
Read.
Lend to thy neighbor in time of his need.
Because we understand some are going to come on later on. Maybe they don't understand finances. They might be in a hole where they still need some help. So we want to make sure that we can help them as well. Read.
Verse 2.
Uh-huh.
Lend to thy neighbor in time of his need, and pay thou thy neighbor again in due season.
It says, so pay them back. Don't be black. Make sure you pay back. All right?
Keep thy word.
Do what?
Keep thy word.
Come on.
And deal faithfully with him.
And maybe, let's say you can't get him the money right then and there. Don't be ducking and dodging him like, oh, well, you know, oh, dang, there you go right there. I ain't gonna salute him. I'm going to go around. Because, you know, there are times like, if you lend somebody something and brother or sister, you owe them back, don't be Satan him like, man, why you passing by the phone? Was it a funky $10 when you asked me for it? We can't roll in that spirit. You know, that's black. That is black. They be like, hey, shalom, mighty prophet, man, most high Christ, hey, man, get a whole 20. Yeah, man, here you go, bro. You know, it's all cool. 1 week go by, 3 weeks go by, a month later go by. You watching that? Yeah, brother, they paying attention. Like, oh, he back at Black Wall Street. Oh, he got trying on body oils. Oh, he get nachos. He gave my $10, my $20. Hey man, you pay probably my 20 back. Man, why you gotta bring that up? Really? You're right. You just spent $40, $50 at Black Wall Street, but don't be black, man. Don't do that to each other. Get on that note, I'm veering. Get Tobit 4:14.
Yes, sir. The book of Tobit, chapter 4 and verse 14. Let not the wages of any man which hath wrought for thee tarry with thee, but give him it out of hand.
Maybe you don't need the nachos. You can go without the body oil. Get that brother back at $20. Pay him back. All right, where we at now?
For if thou serve God, he will also repay thee.
So, the Lord will look out for you. Maybe the brother can't get it back to you. If he can't get it back to you, the Lord will look out for you. I've been in a situation like that where, give a brother or sister something, and then maybe they fall on hard times. The Lord always send it back to you. All right. Yep, let's get the 7 investments. Let's get that.
You ready?
Yeah, read that.
Invest in assets, not liabilities.
It says invest in assets, not liabilities.
A new car loses value the second you drive it. Designer bags don't appreciate. Stocks, real estate, businesses, those are assets. Buy things that make you money, not cost you money.
Get Haggai 1-6. Haggai chapter 1, verse 6.
The book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 6.
Come on.
Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes.
When you buy stuff that you don't need, you pretty much just throw money away. You put it in a bag with a bunch of holes in it. That's what that's equivalent to. Read the next one.
Number 5, buying a house does not equal financial freedom.
You have to count the costs. Yes, home ownership, it's a good thing to have a house. But if you buy a house that you cannot maintain, it becomes very, very hard. Because what, like $100,000, $200,000, like maybe let's say you buy a $300,000 house, and you have to replace the roof. That's thousands and thousands of dollars. You may not be able to afford that. But there's nothing wrong with owning a home, but counsel with people who understand home ownership, and they can tell you some of the pitfalls and things that to avoid when you're purchasing a house. But read that.
Home ownership does not equal wealth. Houses come with taxes, repairs.
With what?
With taxes, repairs.
With repairs.
HOA fees.
Homeowners association fees. Some have those.
Maintenance and home insurance. Rent isn't wasting money if you're investing the difference. Do what makes sense for you.
If that makes sense for you to rent versus buy, then maybe you have to rent. Next one.
Buy now, pay later is a scam.
Affirm, Afterpay. What's the other one? PayPal. I think PayPal even getting in on it now. They say, yeah, you can buy this. You can buy this microwave for $1,000. Affirm, you can make 68 payments for $25 a month or something crazy with 30% interest. It's a scam. If you can't afford it, don't do it, because you're going to pay for it more in the long run. Read that. Come on.
Afterpay, Klarna, Affirm, they make it feel like free money.
They make it do what?
They make it feel like free money.
And meanwhile, you just created another bill. Some people got Afterpay, Klarna, and Affirm. It's like a second mortgage every month. They probably have, because what they do is a hole that they get our people to get sucked into. What is it? A buy now, pay later, kind of like a rent-a-center type of deal. They finance you something. There's a finance charge associated with it. So the item may cost $1,200, but when they do their little Affirm or PayPal afterwards, it's gonna cost you $1,500. So you just added $300 on there. But read on.
It's not. You're paying for things you can't afford right now, and those small payments add up fast.
They do what?
Those small payments add up fast.
Them small payments add up fast. They make it sound good. We'll go ahead and send it to you. They quick approval. That's like a kid graduating high school and they giving them student loans. You don't know what? $80,000 worth of student loans. Kid don't even know, and then you go for like some crazy degree like liberal arts or something. You can't make it up. It's on the same vein with this right here, because we're ignorant in these matters. We have to pay attention. Read on. Watch this.
If you can't buy it outright,
you can't
afford it.
Can't afford it. Don't convince you. And it's usually something that your lust wants that you don't really need. They always do on things, and then I'm gonna tell you how they get you. What they call it, cookies. Like you see, you know what? I ain't gonna do it. Then you go on like you desk scroll on like Instagram or TikTok. Like, dang, why am I seeing this? What's something that people would buy? Help me out. Why am I seeing this Alienware computer now? You been done said you ain't gonna buy it. Now everybody on it's all over your Facebook, your Instagram. Just because you looked at it and you considered buying it, they're like, no, we got to get you, Negro. Come on back over here. Look, pop it up right there. Pop up over here. Like, what the hell? Because they want you to buy it. They know it's maybe something you don't even need. You consider it, and they say, well, they try to make it easy for you to purchase it so they can get your money. Because small payments, they add up to big payments. Read this. Come on.
Number 3, don't spend money you don't have on a credit card.
It says don't spend money that you don't have on a credit card. Don't do it. Don't do it. Come on.
Credit cards aren't extra money.
They're what?
They aren't extra money.
Uh-huh.
They're a tool. Only spend what you can pay off this month.
I'm gonna show you something. Get Exodus chapter 22, verse 25. We're gonna come back here. Because Esau ain't keeping none of these. They don't keep none of these laws. But a lot of times we're illiterate in these things, and they are well versed. I said earlier today, I said Esau plays checkers. A lot of our people, we play chess. Is the other way? Esau played chess. We play checkers. Edit that out. Go on, read it. Exodus 22 and verse 25.
The book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 25. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee,
read.
Thou shalt not be to him as an usurer.
Come on.
Neither shalt thou lay upon him usury.
Look up the definition of usury. Let's see if they abide by any of this. Look up the definition of usury. And our people, they quick say, yeah, I own this. Meanwhile, we got took. Watch this, come on.
Usury. Usury is the act or practice of lending money at an exorbitantly high or unlawfully high interest rate.
We just read the law. It said unlawfully. That means it's illegal. But Esau say, look, he don't give a doggone. He said, I'm getting all the juice out this turnip. We got to be like, oh, what's the dude's name on Everybody Hate Chris? What's his name? The father. Julius. We got to start rolling like Julius. You just wasted like $2 worth of salt. Chris, what the hell? Bro, you just wasted like $5 worth of water. We have to be calculating. We got to start thinking that way, I'm telling you. Because auto pay, all this afterpay, all this stuff is just the way they just siphoning the money. They call us liquid money. It's siphoning the resources right out of our account. As fast as it's coming in, they pulling it out. You ain't kidding Julius like that. He wasn't playing that. You knocked over the sugar. Boy, that's like $5 worth of sugar. You all right? What's wrong with you? We got to be calculating like that. You brothers, we got to be on point, man. Read that again. Usury.
Usury is the act or practice of lending money at an exorbitantly high or unlawfully high interest rate.
Uh-huh.
In the legal context, it refers to charging an interest rate that exceeds the maximum limit permitted by law, making the practice an illegal and predatory form of lending.
Predatory form of lending. That's what they do. Now go back to the slide and read it again. We have to be mindful where our resources go.
Number 3, don't spend money you don't have on a credit card. Credit cards aren't extra money. They're a tool. Only spend what you can pay off this month. Interest will bury you. Treat credit like cash.
Say treat credit like cash. Give me Psalm chapter 37, verse 26. I'm telling you. Them small charges add up quick. Man, I don't remember spending this much money.
The book of Psalms, chapter 37 and verse 26. He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed.
It said that's what a righteous man will lend. He won't try to take advantage of you. That's why we have to build our financial situations up so we can help each other, because we know what's out there in the world. We know what they're trying to do to us. Read the next one. Next slide. I'm almost done.
Number 2, use a credit card instead of your debit card. It's safer.
Now, I'm gonna try to do my best I can to help you understand this. anytime, let's say you have the cash to make a purchase. If you have a credit card to make the purchase, it's something that you're ordering offline, use your credit card. Here's why. If you use your debit card, you got to get your bank and it takes time for you to get your actual money back. Use a credit card. I don't know what kind of team they got, but them folks is sharks. They issue what is it called? With my credit card, they issue me a temporary credit like that. Let's say, look, here's your money back. We going to get them. They got like the mafia or something. They like the money mafia for real. If I say, I don't recognize it on my credit card, really, boom, they stop it right there, and whoever on the other end that thought they got it, they mess them up. So, yeah, read that. Watch this. Come on, read it. Watch it.
When someone steals your debit card info, they're taking your actual money from your account.
Watch this.
With a credit card, it's the bank's money.
And the bank got the bank got bullies. They got money mafia bullies. They coming. They got the goons. They coming to get their money back. Read on.
And they handle the fraud.
Yep.
Plus, you build credit and earn rewards. Protect your cash. Use credit wisely.
Use it wisely, though. That don't mean, the officer said I go use my credit card. If you only got $50 in your account and you got a $5,000, don't go spend $4,950. No, don't do that. Come on.
Number 1, build an emergency fund first before anything else. You can't build wealth on a shaky foundation. 3 to 6 months of expenses saved, then invest.
So let's see, you want to build some money. Come on, give me the next one.
Financial literacy is the possession of skills and knowledge that allows individuals to make informed and effective decisions with all of their financial resources. It empowers you to budget, save, manage debt, and invest securely, reducing vulnerability to debt traps and financial schemes.
So financial literacy is you possess the skills that you need to understand your finances. It's okay to seek out those skills and to learn about your finances. You shouldn't get people get like, oh man, they start sweating and stuff. They get nervous. I gotta look at my finances. Oh, here we go. This, that. No, you need to lean forward and understand your financial situation. Get the next one. Let's see what financial instability is.
Financial instability is a state of economic vulnerability where an individual, business, or economy is unable to meet their financial obligations. It is typically caused by overspending.
It is caused by what?
Overspending.
It's caused by overspending. That's the biggest thing that gets a lot of us. We overspend on things that we don't need. Next.
Debt.
When you overspend, they go hand in hand. You go into debt when you overspend.
Job loss or economic shifts.
The economy does shift, but the biggest part we can control is what we spend. We can control what we spend. Read on.
And is marked by warning signs like chronic borrowing and lacking a defined budget.
It says lacking a defined budget. I'm going to close with, give me Sirach chapter 5, verse 15.
Chapter 5 and verse 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small.
It says, so don't be ignorant with your finances. Do not be ignorant with your finances. All right, please. I'm gonna play this short video and then I'm gonna shut it down here. Play that.
Lead? Jordan, look at this place. A man can't lead a family living like this.
I'm leading us different. You just don't see it yet.
Different? You drive an old car and wear the same hoodie. That's not leadership. That's struggling.
No, that's sacrifice.
My card got declined, and they cut my hours. Jordan, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Calm down. I've been preparing for this. 3 months' rent is paid. We got savings.
Hold on, pause. Hold up. That brother said we got, back it up just a little bit. He said, not one, not two. How many months rent was paid? So we ain't gonna be homeless for 3 months. He said 3 months paid. She said they cut my card. Okay. You got the same hoodie. You drive your car raggedy, bro. He hit the corner, pop, right, backfire. But look, guess what? They okay. Back it up just a little bit. Let the part play again.
That's not leadership. That's struggling.
No, that's sacrifice.
My card got declined, and they cut my hours. Jordan, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Calm down. I've been preparing for this. 3 months rent is paid. We got savings, no credit card debt, and a down payment ready.
You did all that? In silence? I thought being a leader meant looking successful.
A leader protects before he flexes. Looking rich means nothing if your family isn't safe.
So all praise to the Most High. Hopefully y'all got something from the class. Shalom.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.